The real difference between these two people is this. Their cognition, both of them are very smart, and their metacognition outstanding. Both of them are very smart people, but the first student, their epistemology is what? The dualism level, whereas the second student is personal epistemology is contextual relativism, okay? And then later, their personal identity is also different, but here is the point. Although both of them are, very smart and know all the textbook very well, but the first student may not treat well because his belief is dualistic, like all the textbook is correct. Therefore, I have to follow the textbook no matter what context and situation. Whereas the second student are trying to understand what textbooks say in more deeper way, and then how to modify it for each individual case and patient. So these people's different level of epistemology really play an important role to lead the better outcome of the problem. And why this is happening? Because this epistemology is highly related to solve uncertain and ill-defined problem. So for example, all the tests that we discussed was the well-defined problem. And these two students has no problem to solve well-defined problem. They are doing very well. But once they hit to the ill-defined, real-world, uncertain problem, the first student who has dualistic view may limit their cognitive power to solve the problem, whereas more mature contextual relativism or beyond level of personal epistemology may be able to better solve the situation. Make sense? And then my last claim is that the individual's identity matters for problem solving. So, like I said, all of these three will be influenced by who am I. I've done very interesting experiment when I give a lecture to the medical school a few years ago in South Korea. In the classroom, I put, I just divided the people into the two groups. In the left side, I talked to them that I'm so sorry, but for next 1 minute, please consider yourself as a thief, okay? And then the other half in the right side, I would like to ask you to imagine yourself as an interior designer, okay? And then over the next 1 minute, I just show the exactly same video in the same classroom. One group, they think they are thief. And the other group, they are thinking they are the interior designer. And I just show nice picture, video clip. And this is not my house though. I wish I could have this nice, fancy, good designed house. Nice window. Also, restroom looks very fancy. Okay, did you enjoy? For 1 minute, I showed this one. And then I asked them, write down the 3 most impressive things you've seen. Then I collected all of this information in the word cloud. And then I found this. Those who consider themselves as a thief, their top 3 items that they mostly wrote down for their impressed one was that first, artwork. There are some paintings over there, right, on the wall. and windows and bedroom. First, painting. That is expensive stuff to steal. Window is the place to escape in case emergency. Emergency for them is that they are detected. Then the third one, bedroom, is the place where the jewelry or the valuable items are stored. So they just look at those kind of things and remember. On the other hand, the other half, this top three is fundamentally different. First, bathroom, especially bathtub, light. There are very good lightings, and also ceiling. It is not related to the valuable item, but it is something that is beautiful. As they identify themselves or imagine themselves as an interior designer, they begin to look at these kind of things. Whereas as they identify as a thief, they just look at totally different things. This is just a short example, but I have a series of different examples, more long-term and different kind of things. But the point is here that within 1 minute, depending on what kind of identity you put yourself on, it really creates your frame in a way that see the world differently and identify kind of different things and interpreting different way. Okay, so that's why the identity is very important. This is another Hudson story, but let me just tell you instead of showing the long video clip. The first student, his goal to study medicine is to upgrade his social status. If he become a royal physician through the examination, then he is the middle class, but he become a higher class of in their society. Whereas the second student, he went through many different challenges during his study, but finally he realized that his identity as a doctor was supposed to care the patient who suffer. He has compassion to people who in need. And that will make him continue to study medicine. So taking exam is more important. So he ignored the group of poor people and passed them and went to the examination site and take the exam. And on the other hand, the second student, whose goal is not really, upgrading his status, rather he is he want to be a person who are able to care a lot of people who are suffering. So he stopped his way, and then he just tried to take care of the people. But at the beginning, very few people are asking help. But then all of a sudden, the word spread out. So then more people came, and then all of a sudden, his way being delayed, and then finally he couldn't get into the exam site on time. So he missed the opportunity, and the first student got accepted for the medical doctor as a medical doctor to the kingdom, but at the same time, he was not accepted. But the people begin to realize that I think the second student become more more meaningful work to the community and society. Of course, later the second student took the exam in the next opportunity and become the higher score, and then finally he become an outstanding lawyer physician. But anyway, I think this is the way that depending on what your professional identity have, every moment when you make the decision, your identity will influence and even override your cognition and metacognition. So like all of you may have your potential career to become a professor or teachers, then I think my question to you is that, what kind of professional identity, or what is your motivation to become a teacher will play a very significant role in your future when you make a series of decisions. So, you may simply want to be a teacher because it is one of the most stable and respected job, or you want to become a teacher because you really want to raise the children in a way that you envisioning what the society should look like. So it depending on your call, but what I'm saying from a problem solving researcher, previously we in school, we really focus on cognition and metacognition and teaching the textbook information. However, teaching this one is not good enough, because for the real world problems, we really help the student to build their and advance their personal epistemology, and also shaping their professional identity in a proper way. Let me summarize this one. So all life is problem solving. Problem solving and learning are inseparable. We are lifelong learners. Not all problems are equal, and different kind of problem require different layers of ability. And in particular, the role of cognitive ability for problem solving is important, but limited. Individuals' personal epistemology and individuals' identity matters for real world problem solving.